Hi there, Rick here. Um, I was doing a Bing search on this man here. His name is David Jensen, okay? That's a picture, I'll put my mouse pointer. That's a picture of him right there, okay? Now, he was doing some research, okay, in the platinum market, okay? Um, he even made some charts here too, okay? Um, okay, this is one of the charts right here, okay? Platinum lease rate rises to record as market tightens. Okay, see, back in 2020, you could see that the lease rate was, well, it was close to zero. Okay, it was actually, in the negative actually. Okay, and then it spiked up. It went to about 5% right here. Okay, I'm putting my mouse pointer on. And then in 2021, it was, well, still close to 0%. And then in between 2022 and 2023, okay, it went all the way to like 7%, okay? Now, look at what happened right here. Okay, there was a dip rate, okay, between 2025, okay, maybe around 5%, okay? But look at it right here, okay? It has spiked up. It hasn't, broken, 10% in the past 5 years. It's almost up to like 15% right now, okay? You have to remember, okay, this has not happened in the past 5 years, okay? Now, he's uncovered some interesting things, okay? One of the things that, he was saying that was China and America, okay? And America, okay? They're buying up platinum, okay? You have to remember, just a little while ago, there was a spike in platinum. It shot up 50%, okay? So it shot up about $700. That is a substantial movement in 4 months, okay? So, if you had what, 10 ounces of 10 ounces of platinum. Maybe you have 10 platinum bars, and, you would be $7,000 richer. Yeah, 7,000 Canadian dollars richer. This lease rate thing, okay? I know that there's probably a lot of people, just find it hard to understand a bit, why people are, leasing platinum, okay? But if you, okay, if you lease platinum, okay, and if you lease it at, say for instance, a very large amount, you can literally control the platinum price, okay? But with these lease rates going up as high as they are, okay, it makes it harder, a lot harder to lease it, okay, because you have to put, well, 15% down, right? A lot more money, okay. One of the other okay, the title is called Implications of the Impending Failure of London's Platinum Market, okay? Because he feels that the London platinum market, okay, they will fail to deliver one day, okay, on their platinum, okay? Physical commodity shortage is ultimately fatal to a leveraged paper promissory note price management, price fixing schemes, okay? I like how he puts that word scheme in there, okay? It just makes it seem like, yeah, something, illegal is being done here. Okay, and as has been created and operated by the Bank of England, okay, BOE, in London precious metals market for decades, okay? Remember, it's not a question of how much metal remains in the warehouse vaults in this increasingly tight market, but how much metal is available to market at these prices. The surge in platinum lease rate tells us that it's not much metal, okay, platinum in the vaults, you have to raise the interest rate, okay, to lease it out, okay? Just because it becomes a lot more risky, okay, for the London Metal Exchange to, be holding this precious metal, okay? Okay, the bottom panel in figure 3, okay, shows that while there's 5.4 million ounces of COMEX futures contract claims, okay, there is only 218,862 ounces of registered category platinum vault holdings that are available for delivery, okay? So there has been, future contracts, okay, claims made that, these people, okay, they, have the right to, buy, so many ounces of platinum, okay, at a specific price, okay, but there is only 218,000 ounces, okay? So it's leveraged as much as what, okay? It's leveraged about 25 times, 25 times more than what there actually is, okay? So if, say for instance, these people, okay, that are holding future contracts, if they demand delivery, okay, this measly 218 ounces would, in the vaults of London, would just disappear just like that, okay, very quickly, okay? That could very easily happen, okay? The reason why I say that is because, remember when I said that China and, America as well, okay, they've been buying up, platinum. Sometimes I wonder, okay, why is China and America even doing that, right? The first metal that's going to blow up, okay? Basically, when I say blow up, it's going to, there's going to be a contract that's going to, it's going to fail to deliver, okay? Just because the metal is not there, okay? All of it's been bought up, okay? Another thing I want to point out too, hamburger buns, okay? I'm just using this as an example, okay? Say for instance, all the hamburger buns disappeared, okay? You could just make more, okay? Unlike the metal, okay? There's only so much that's mined in 1 year period, right? So, when it all, disappears, usually the price should spike, okay? So maybe, China, America, yeah, they're holding on to platinum because they feel that it's going to be the first metal to fail to deliver, okay? And I could see it going up as high as $10,000 an ounce, okay? It might not stay there for long. Like, I mean, maybe the London Metal Exchange, okay, they find another way to, get more platinum into their vaults, okay? That solves the problem. Maybe they go to JP Morgan and say, hey, JP Morgan, we know that you're holding on to, millions of ounces of platinum, can you, sell this, this many millions to us at this specific price, okay? Just to, bring the price under control, bring it back down, okay? And then, JP Morgan goes, yeah, sure, we can do that, and then they give them what, 1 million ounces, okay? You have to remember, even 1 million ounces doesn't seem a whole lot, but, when you're only holding on to what, 218,000 ounces of of platinum at uh the London Metal Exchange, that is very little. That's why the lease rates are going up, okay? Because um it just becomes more risky, um, to lease it out. So you have to raise the rates, right? So another scenario, okay? JP Morgan doesn't sell, platinum to them, or any other, big, financial institution doesn't sell to the London Metal Exchange, and the vault remains empty of platinum for 3-4 months. Okay, it doesn't stop at $10,000. It just continues to go up and up and up, right? Might consolidate at maybe $12,000 for a week, and then shoots up another 1,000, and then consolidates at $15,000 for 2 weeks, and then shoots up another $3,000. And in no time, it's at $20,000 an ounce. Okay. And who's ever holding on to platinum, okay, you would think that, okay, they'll start cashing in, right? They'll start to sell some of it, okay, and maybe they'll sell all of it, right? But they're getting $20,000 an ounce. You're holding on to what, 5 ounces is what, $100,000 right there. That's quite a bit of money, okay? So it's very interesting, sometimes just analyzing what other people have done, okay? Produce charts, because you can see it more easily when somebody puts it into a chart for you. It's you can look at it for the past 5 years, and you can see that, wow, it's never been this high in 5 years, right? Something definitely is happening, in the platinum market, right? So, it's shot up, $700, right? I just feel it's just, the price is just consolidating there a little bit right now, and it's going to shoot up even a lot higher. Okay, you have to remember, platinum was worth more than gold at one time. I think it's 200 times more rare than gold, actually. Okay, so it's that hard to get, right? Not that easy of a metal to get. Okay, I know that the credit card companies introduced the platinum card. If a large country like China and even America, is buying platinum, is there a possibility for it to, like, shoot to $10,000 or more, right? I would say yes. There's a high probability, if you buy up all the platinum on the market, when there's no more, or when it drops to maybe, say for instance, $10,000 in the inventory, right? I could see the interest rate on it easily doubling, okay? 30% now to lease it out, okay? What institution will take that risk, right? Because you can be caught in a short squeeze, right? And if you get caught in a short squeeze, you could easily lose billions of dollars, okay? Even for a bank, to lose billions of dollars, I'm sure it still really hurts them on their books, okay? I could see even the person who made that decision, just being fired, because what? You lost the bank billions of dollars, right? You're supposed to be trying to, make the bank money. And if you make your bank that you work at lose billions of dollars, I can't see you having a job anymore. Okay. So, I hope you found this this article interesting, okay? Because I did, okay? And just you can Google this guy's name, David Jensen, okay? Because I'm sure he put a lot of research into this. Um, just finding out what's happening in the platinum market, right? Um, because platinum, it's used in our catalytic converters. I know that's used for some other uses too, but um, I know the main thing. I think when people think of platinum, they think of catalytic converters.